Hello and welcome back. I'm currently 20 minutes in on this hike up a Welsh mountain. I've got wet feet already, bloody typical. I had an itch to scratch, a real itch to come and camp up in the mountains somewhere. I didn't know where to go, and then I thought, hold on, let's ask ChatGPT. So that's exactly what I did. So I typed in, what mountain should I camp on in Wales? It gave me a couple of classics like Snowdon that I've done like 4 or 5 times. I wanted something new and something that I hadn't heard of. And then I came across this. I'm not going to say it because I'll absolutely embarrass myself and I don't want to do the Welsh people an injustice. Oh, there's a jet up there. Can't even escape the jets up in the mountains. It's like being back home. When I first started, I got carried away out of excitement and I just started walking. Well, it turned out I was on the wrong side of the river, so I had to come back, and that 10 minutes was all bog. So that's awesome. You can do this as a circular route. I think it says about 5 hours. I'm not going to do the circular route. I'm just going to walk up to the top of the mountain. I think I tick 2 off. Camp, chill, walk back down, drive home. So I've just stopped for a bit of water and then I'll be carrying on. So let's go and have a mountain camp. Currently very clagged out. Can't really see a lot at all, but look at that. The sun is poking through. So hopefully it burns all the clag off. I did check the mountain weather forecast before this trip. I've been checking for a couple of days and it looks like a good break in the weather. It's currently 0. I think it's going down to about -2, -3, so not really that bad considering. The mountain I'm going up's 905 meters and it's not supposed to rain or anything, which is good because I haven't got a tent. But I do have an issued basher and another ultralight shelter, which is kind of like a half lavoo. I used it on my packraft video, which was probably the last one. So yeah, I've got my poles in my bag so I can set it up, and the basher's just there for an emergency really, in case it does get bad. Whew, I'm blowing. Feels good. Loving it. Oh, see that buzzard? Tiptoe through the window. That's mad, isn't it? Not that you can see it for the inverted clouds, but I started my hike in that valley down there somewhere. Bear in mind that we're in December now. It is as still as anything. The grass isn't moving at all, it's that still. Weirdly still. It's awesome, but it's weird. I don't think you can tell on the camera, but that's 2 peaks up there. The one to the right, the further one, that's the one I'm trying to get to. The one that's got snow on the top. It's a little bit Bruce bog trotter, so if I didn't get wet feet at the start, which I did, then I'll be getting wet feet now anyway. And I've read online that it doesn't even go in the summer. The bogs are always there. Someone call that bog guy off of Insta. Bro, I am stinking already. Feels good to be above the clouds though. I've just stopped for a little bit of a drink. Gosh, going up there. I've got a bottle of red wine with me, 2 litres of water. I do have a water filter as well, so I can filter some more water because I'm going to need that for brews, cooking, drinking to get up there. But looking at the map, there'll be a few rivers or streams or some locked water that I can filter the water from. I mean, it's not heavy, 20 kilos to hikers, that's heavy. To me and other ex-soldiers, that's not heavy. If you think, right, my second tour of Afghan, my multi-day kit weighed in at 80 odd kilos. Yeah, it's not that heavy in the grand scheme of things. And I've got a bag of kindling with me and a stove because I'm a bushcrafter. We're all pyromaniacs. I'm not going up the top there to have a gas cooked brew. No, no, no. I'm getting a fire on tonight. My head is in the clouds and I ain't coming down. Du, 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 du. Du, 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 du. Private jet going through the valley. Blowing, mate. Been a while. Been a while. Feeling strong though. Smashing it. Yoo! Over there, you can't see it, but that's back towards Bala. And the sun has come out to play. The sun has got his hat on. Hip 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 hooray. Swear mate, as a kid, I always thought it should have been the sun has got his hat off. Because if he's got his hat on, he's hiding the rays, isn't he? Or she. But when he takes his hat off, I don't know. Just an opinion. Ah! Oh, this is good. I really needed this. Some view that like, isn't it? Some view. Oh, it looks bogus, bogus. I'll tell you what, it doesn't take long to start feeling the cold once you stop. You know when you start sweating and then you stop and the wind gets on it. My hands are going cold already. Getting steep now. As you can see, most of the clag is now burnt off. Some really good views back down there towards Bala. There's the lake, look. Well, good to know there's somewhere to get some water up here. Look at that for a bit of an infinity pool, eh? And it was a little bit of a false summit, but I'd have known that if I was looking at the map. But I'm not, because it's quite easy to navigate this one. And there's lots of well-walked tracks and paths. But yeah, you can see there's a bit of snow left over. We're up on the tops now. If you look in the far distance, you can just about see the sea. And there is the trig. And relax. I'm just using these rocks behind me as a little bit of a shelter. The wind's going that way. It's quite nice here. It's very still, very peaceful. I was getting to the point where I was thinking, have I overshot it? How much further is there? I can't see anything. The clag clears a little bit. I walk up, I look and I see the trig point. And I was absolutely buzzing. Oh, but none of this ground around here is that flat. It's all pretty rocky. So, I've been to the top now. I've touched the trig. I might head back down just a little bit to get some flat ground. I might even use the fence to pull my basher off of. I think that'd be quite a good idea. There's loads of water down there too that I can harvest. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just about set up. As you can see, I've got my Columbia jacket on. I've got a merino wool neck gaiter. I put the fleece back over the top. Got a sealskins hat that I've had for like 15 years. That's always come out with me. Real good bit of kit, super lightweight, waterproof. I've changed my socks. I've got my gloves, and I've also got a rain jacket which might go on before bed. And I've gone for a lean-to. 2 fences come and meet, loads of tie out points, so shouldn't be an issue. Being a basher, it's quite low, but I'm out the wind, and that's the main thing. Thermarest, can't remember what it is, the yellow one, that's been inflated. It's got a slow puncher, so I'll be inflating that a couple of times this afternoon / evening / night time, but it's better than a foam mat for when you're up in the mountains like this. I want as much R value as possible. I'm just happy to be in camp now. I'm really happy to be in camp now. That was really good, it was really fun, but towards the end of it I was just starting to get cold, and I was ready to see the trig point, ready to give it a little boop. And then once I realised there was nowhere decent at the top to camp, it was like, right, let's just go back down a little bit. I had marked this spot because it's a bit of a dry stone wall, and I knew that I'd be able to find somewhere here. The wind is heading this way, hence why I've set the basher up this way. So, chilling, mate. Well, it's now dark, and the reason for that is I got all my warm kit on, got in my sleeping bag just to dry off and warm up a little bit, and I fell asleep. I fell asleep for like an hour, but yeah, I've just woken up. It's only 4:45, so I must have been tired from putting a bit of graft in today. It's not going to be a late night for me, I know that. I'll probably be asleep by flipping 8, half 8, but let me get this stove on and then I'm going to get some food in me. And even up the top of a mountain, I've still got the incense on, and I've got good old nag shampa burning tonight. One of the things that I notice the most when I come up into the mountains is how quiet it is. Even in the woods, you know, you can hear branches or leaves or animals. At home, there's normally something that you can hear, you know, either a pipe doing something or the heating or, you know, whatever, the fridge. But up here, it really is like dead silent. Okay then. I remember these quite well from serving with the US Marines out in Afghan. What's that? Right, there's the beef goulash. Beef goulash with brown rice, spinach, carrots, tomatoes and smoked paprika. Doesn't sound too bad, eh? Apple sauce. Patriotic sugar cookies. I remember these being quite good. Brew kit, matches, chewing gum, that sort of stuff. Chunky peanut butter. Whole wheat bread. Orange flavoured, no fruit juice. Blackberry jam. A spoon, and with the heater you put your meal in, add some water, fill it to the line, put it on an incline and then just leave it and it will heat itself up. Really good idea. I think they do these in the British ones now as well. And that is it for that meal. So that's what I've got there, and I've also got some British rations as well, but not a whole pack. I've just got an energy drink there, some tissues, a hunter's chicken, which is chicken, potatoes, bacon and cheese and barbecue sauce, and then vegetarian sausage and beans for the morning. You can take the bushcrafter out the woods and all that. I've decided to go with the hunter's chicken first, so I've gone with the British one. I will have the beef goulash later on probably, because I feel like I have burnt some calories today. I haven't eaten anything other than a cheese twist from the spa this morning and a handful of nuts. With the stove on right next to me, that's really nice. I can warm my hands from bed. Bubbling away nicely in there. I'll give that about 8 to 10 minutes. Make sure it's proper hot. And that's good morale as well, getting hot food into you. You can eat these rations cold. They're not great cold. Some of them are alright, like the sausage and beans and the vegetarian tomato noodles I always liked. But any of the meaty ones, you gotta have it warm, ain't you? No hard routine out here, mate. Get that stove on. It's a bit dodged though, the ground ain't the flattest. I am whoa, there you go, see? But I am lying on a bit of a decline as well. So I've got a feeling I'm gonna keep sliding off my mat tonight, because I'm sliding off it now. So that'll be alright though. How is there mozzies out? I saw a few earlier on the way up. I forgot to mention it, but I was gonna say, like, the mozzies are gone everywhere else. How the flippin' heck are they up Welsh mountains? Different breed, mate. It's like the Scottish midges in the summer, but the winter variant of mozzie in Wales for the winter. Oh, that's bloody lovely, that is. Ho, 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 ho. The taste is pretty good, but even if it wasn't, you know, these are designed to keep you going. It's hot and it's full of calories, so you'll take it. Right then, I'm not actually feeling that much like I want to drink this bottle of wine, but I didn't carry it up here for no reason, and it'll be lighter on the way back, so I'm going to drink it. Or at least some of it. And I've got a corkscrew this time, courtesy of my brother-in-law, or to-be brother-in-law. Look at that, it's pretty cool, isn't it? I'll tell you what, I'll put his Instagram in the description, because he's into crafts and he makes stuff out of wood. He turns it on his lathe at home, and he's done some craft stalls and that, done quite well with it. And he's given me a bottle opener, and I bought a corkscrew off him, so it's pretty cool. I wanted to use the corkscrew and drink the wine. Please don't spill it all over my bed. Yeah, we own freezing cold wine. How about that, eh? Anyone into cold red wine? And I got the classic, the Campo Viejo, if that's how you say it, Rioja 2021. Just out of curiosity, who's actually done this mountain before? Because it's a whole ridge walk. Cheers. One of the great things about today as well was there wasn't one other person on this whole ridge line. I saw nobody today. Maybe because not a lot of people hike in the snow in December when it's in the minuses. I don't know. But I like it when all the fair weather hikers go. It does feel quite remote. And when I looked up the information about it, it does say if you want a mountain that feels quite remote, then this is a good one for that. Job's a good one. Good morning. Was it cold last night? Yes. Did I wake up in the night a few times? Yes. But was it awesome? Yes. Here's the setup. Just a really low down basher. Kept the wind out really well. Obviously didn't get wet. Just put my wet boots back on. I'm gonna have a quick tidy up, pack up, and then get out of Dodge. Cool little spot, awesome mountain. Let's walk back down it. Come on then, you're coming with me. It's a bit of a whiteout this morning, eh? There's a lot more wind as well today. Up on the top, that was ripping through. I'm just sheltered behind this little mound here, so not a lot of the wind is getting past. There's some sheep up here today, so I've said hello to them. Pace is a lot quicker on the way down. I've only slipped over about 20 times in total on this trip so far. I'm sure there's a few more to come. But anyway, I'm going to keep cracking on. It's the final countdown. Do-do-do-do. And I'm just heading down that track into that village. At least I shouldn't slip over on this road. Good, I didn't get any slippings on camera. I've kind of just been pushing it this morning just to get back down. And I've not filmed a great deal of walking. But yeah, there's been a fair few stacks. Last little bit, I can hear the river now as well. Dying for a brew ski. Sorry if you can hear the river. Water filters come in many shapes, sizes and variants. This one is by Aqua Hike, and I think you get 5,000 litres out of it. It's not going to break the bank, relatively cheap. You get a little bag with it, you get a straw with it, and you can put the straw straight on the filter and drink straight from the river if you want to. But I just decant this bag into my 2 litre bottle, or 1.5 litre bottle should I say, just because you can't fit a great deal in here, but it's good if you're just on a little walk and you only need a little bit. Perfect for it really. Yeah, Aqua Hike. But that's it filtered. Crystal clear. Fresh. And back at the car. And what's the first rule of wild camping? Don't forget your car key. Just like to give a little shout out to 2 ex-Royal Marines that started a company, when was it, back in 2016 or something? Contact Coffee Co. They've always been good to me. I've just had a resupply. Can't thank you enough. And if you're wondering why I'm using an enamel mug with writing on it on a wood stove, that's because on one of the 20 plus times that I fell over, my favourite mug and my long-standing stainless steel mug from the Bushcraft show that I've used ever since I've had the channel has fallen out the side pocket, and I'm absolutely gutted about it. There goes leaving no trace, but if anyone comes up here and finds it, it's yours, mate. To summarise, that was flipping awesome. I don't do enough mountain hiking or mountain camping in general, so it's always a real treat when I do get to go and do it. But yeah, time to go back to the woods with the fleas and the ticks where I belong. Thank you ever so much for watching. Peace and love to you all. Have a great week, and I'll catch you on the next one.